I'm willing to bet you most Super Duty buyers forget about this spec. Who needs a crew cab when you can get a super cab? Special shout out to Larry H. Miller, Super Ford here in Salt Lake City. I have seen a lot of trucks come through here. I talked to a lot of different guys. You can talk to the commercial team or Diego and Brian. That's who I normally deal with. If you do need help, be sure to subscribe to the channel. Let's go ahead and check out the window sticker so we can see some of the pricing on this spec. So here's the build up top. Super Cab is what this is called, and it is a Lariat with an azure gray. And then here are all the options for this truck. That azure gray is $995, by the way. High output power stroke, 331 electronic locking axle. So this is a nice build. They did delete the carpet on this one. A few of the things down below. Be sure to check it out. Destination comes in at $1995 with a total price of $82,210. Wow. I was expecting that to be a little bit cheaper actually, now that I think about it, but it does have a lot of options on it. Now up front, because it is a Lariat, you do get that chrome treatment and you have more of a premium front grille. Full LED headlights, turn signals, and accent lights, including the fog lights, which has like a projector style. Parking sensors down below, which were added for 2023. Tow hooks, large diffuser, and this one does have 360 camera. This is my first time filming in azure gray, and this is a pretty color. I don't know if I would pick it, but it's definitely a pretty color. 18-inch wheels wrapped in a Bridgestone dueler tire. Tire size is LT 275 70/18 and 3,640 pounds of capacity, and the kilograms is 1850, 80 psi. And they do have the fabric material in the wheel wells, solid front axle. And here are your running boards. You can see some of the badging on the side too. And I do like that they give you the painted mirror cap up top, painted door handles. And they did add the steps for 2023 on the side of the bed. Now, I don't know the fuel tank size for this truck because it may be different for the Super Cab, so I will put it here in the video for you. And this one does have the 1-ton suspension. And this is definitely F250, but you did notice that it did have a higher gross vehicle weight rating, so that's probably why you get that. And it does have the towing tech package, so that could also potentially add the more robust suspension. And FX Sport package badge right there. It actually looks really good on this truck too. I don't normally like decals, but that one doesn't look bad. Parking sensors, class 5 receiving hitch. You have a 7 and 4 pin. Backup camera with a light that shines down. For some weird reason, they had to have this step. I would probably always skip this because this is going to take away from your payload. No spray in, no fifth wheel prep package. However, you do have the bed lighting, LED, all the way around. There's also a camera that is for the bed too. 2,000 watts of power. And let's see if you have a good view of the paint and the shade, which you do. It's a little bit darker on this side. You probably can tell. It's actually a lot darker. One more time on this side. You see how dark it is in the shade? It's a nice color actually. I like it in the shade more so than in the sun. So high output power stroke, 500 horsepower, 1,200 pound-feet of torque, 10-speed transmission known as the 10R140. They did do some updates to this engine to get the gains. So it does have different combustion, better cooling. They did lower compression. Let's go ahead and check out the interior. I'm actually excited to test out this Super Cab because I've never had a chance to show you guys this. But you do have the suicide doors, and actually it opens up quite a bit. There is no handle to get in, so you pretty much have to use the seat. Now I'm 6'1". The seat, oh wow, oh wow. Okay, so the seat's all the way back. So I know I can't get in here now. So if you're really tall, yeah, you're gonna have to get that crew cab. So let's go ahead and adjust the seat for myself to see just how comfortable I can get. The good news is you do have a power steer column and pedals down below, so I can push these pedals pretty much all the way in, which they are. Steering wheel is already all the way in too, so this is still comfortable for me. Let's see if I can fit behind myself. It's a little bit more space. Yeah, this seat sits lower out back. So yeah, if you have younger kids, like a lot younger kids, and you're gonna keep it for like maybe 10 years, this would be perfect for my kids. But I think once they get 13, 14 years old, you're gonna wanna get a crew cab. But yeah, you still have the USBs out back, air vents. You have all your power plugs, and you have a 12-volt plug. And then on the door, this window is power. A little bit of storage with a speaker right there. And then under the seat, there is no storage. But yeah, check out the vinyl flooring. That's something I do like about this truck here. Being no sound system, you still have the 3 seat memories, tow mode for the mirrors, and soft touch. And hey, this is still a great interior. Like, you cannot deny this refresh. Like, I do like what Ford has done with this truck. Here's one of my favorite updates with this truck. You have this general measurement, so it shows you all your temperatures that you would like to see, especially if you're towing. More measurements for the diesel engine. And then they do a nicer layout for the gauges for everything that you just saw, for most of everything that you just saw. 360 camera. And because it is a diesel, you have 2 modes for your exhaust brake, on and automatic. Dual climate control, ventilated and heated seats, heated steering wheels right here. This one did have that optional locker, and then this one has multiple drive modes here. So you have eco, tow haul mode, normal, slippery roads, and off-road. Now, as I said earlier, you do have a bed camera, so this is what it would look like. You get a good line of sight if you're hooking up to a gooseneck or fifth wheel. And this 12-inch display is really useful. I mean, this truck did have an optional thing that I probably would have skipped. For $650. I think I would have skipped this, guys. Like, the onboard scales, they typically do come standard on the higher trim levels, but yeah, it does give you an idea of just how much payload you'll have after you put your family, your gear, your hitch, and your trailer's pin weight on the truck. And it is nice to have, but I don't want the manufacturer taking notes of what I'm using my truck for. So hey, that's just me. Even though I don't normally tow over my payload, I still want my privacy. You have that charger for your phone, which is wireless, 2 USBs right here. This does have this that slides for more cup holders. Center console, pretty deep, has a light inside of here, and this removable tray with coin holder. Let's go ahead and check out this side. Up top, you guys notice it did have optional auxiliary switches. You have a place for your sunglasses, LED lights, and also for your vanities. Stores top and bottom. And let's go ahead and check out the payload of this truck. Now, before I show it to you, I am shocked at how little payload this truck has. Like, pretty shocked by it. Because I was expecting it to have a little bit more with 11,000 pound GVWR. So yeah, let's go ahead and check it out. And then that will pretty much end this video. So as far as the axle ratings go, up front, 5,200 pounds. Rear is 6,340. And that's pretty much the same for a 3/4 ton with the crew cab. 11,000 pound gross vehicle weight rating. In the past, that used to be 10,000 pounds. But this truck has 3,271 pounds of payload. I would have expected this truck to have maybe like 400 pounds more. So like around 3,700 pounds in that ballpark. But I don't know, maybe the Supercab doesn't really give you that much more payload, because this truck doesn't have fifth wheel prep package, spray-in, no sunroof. And yeah, I would have expected it to have a little bit more payload, 18-inch wheels versus 20s. But nevertheless, 3,200 pounds is a lot more than it's had in like the last few years. So for a 3/4 ton truck with the overbuilt suspension, I would say that's still pretty decent. You can still tow a 32-foot fifth wheel, like a light one, and still be within your payload depending on how you load your passengers and your gear in your truck. But special shout out again to Larry H. Miller, Super Ford here in Salt Lake City. If you are in the market, be sure to give these guys a look up. Sometimes customers will back out of their deal because they fall on hard times or they decide they don't want the truck anymore. And you might have an opportunity to buy one of these Super Duties that come in. See you guys soon.